The long winter is finally over. We have seen several snowplow trucks come and go. Snow has melted, and the sun now shines in all its glory, displaying our roads for us to enjoy. Riding our wheel down the road can have all kinds of obstacles, such as cars, people, potholes, and leaves, but we can easily see those. I have already mentioned this fall due to decreased surface tension in a previous video, but this is a category deserving of its own special episode. Most gravel, dirt are more prevalent on the sides of the road, reserved for bikes and pedestrians and PEVs, as these have been pushed aside during the winter months by snowplows. Having only one wheel leaves us little room for error in a slip, unlike a bike with the extra wheel to help you ride it out. How can we increase traction then, wheel-wise as well as riding style-wise, so it won't seem like we are wheeling on ice when we hit this low surface tension road? What are factors that can affect traction? Number 1, tire PSI. We need to have a balance between traction and level of comfort. Low PSI can give you more traction. However, low PSI can cause the inner tube to pinch and even damaging the rims when jumping or going over an obstacle. Too high a PSI can lessen tire contact, resulting in less grip. Therefore, check to make sure your PSI is just enough to do the job. Number 2, tire tread. Depending on your type of tire, will affect how much traction you have with the road. Knobby tires are great for off-road riding as well as going over rough terrain and even on gravel. So if you are comfortable with tire chains, go for the knobby tire mod to have better grip on uneven terrain. Number 3, lowering your center of gravity, such as seated riding, will decrease wind resistance and hence increase better grip on the road. When I go over uneven terrain, such as gravelly road, or even just a dusty piece of road with my stock Nikola tire, I prefer to do seated riding to have better balance as well as decreasing the impact should I fall. Number 4, when doing seated riding, ride more upright instead of leaning forward, as that will increase your vision farther out as well as increase your comfort level. Another reason for my preference for the long seat versus the bike seat is I merely just scoot forward to accelerate instead of leaning forward on the bike seat. Number 5, wear comfortable shoes with enhanced grip on the pedals. The more comfortable you are, the less distracted with sore legs and the less likely you are to move your legs around trying to find a comfortable position, which could affect eventually your traction on the road. Number 6, power pads. Power pads are awesome as they make you more nimble and agile and allow you to make sudden turns to avoid the gravel, have better control of the wheel, as well as allow you to jump. Number 7, stay as upright as possible when going over sketchy terrain to maximize tire surface area as well as controlling the physical laws of nature. What exactly happens during carving? Centripetal force is needed for any object to make a turn. This centripetal force is provided by the frictional force between the tire and the road surface. When we make a turn, the torque produced by the frictional forces will turn the EUC in the opposite direction of the turn, resulting in a fall. The only way to balance this outward torque force is by leaning your wheel inwards towards the turn. You can see how the gravitational and normal forces act in the inclined EUC position. We also have to adjust our body in a way to keep from falling in the lean EUC position. This will produce another torque, which will counter the torque formed by the centripetal force. This is how normal turning works. Add to all these forces on the road any gravel, dirt, or mud, and you will add another variable of decreases in road resistance, resulting in a fall. It was at this turn that my friend on an EUC took a turn where there was some gravel. The physical forces and not changing his riding style caused him to fall. So, how should we adjust our riding style then when turning, just in case there are some loose gravel? First, we should slow down, and instead of leaning towards the turn, we need to lean slightly away from the turn so that our body will stay on top of the wheel. This technique will enable the wheel to keep as much traction as possible, as well as decreasing the forces to make us slide away from the curb. This is the same exact technique that motorcyclists use when going over a dirt gravel road. Motorcyclists will lean their body away from the turn. I love carving my wheel every time I go to one of my favorite riding spots at my old stomping ground of my college years. Riding in a carving pattern can lessen tire surface area by about half, as well as the physical laws of nature coming into play. Sure, carving looks cool, but you have to be quite selective where and when to do it. I can truly appreciate the laws of motion on my ride when I move the selfie stick with camera to the side versus either in front or back of me. Here I am riding at around 35 miles per hour. I have to be extra careful when moving the selfie stick. Therefore, when using a selfie stick, try to keep the selfie stick mid-line to lessen wind resistance and force of gravity, which can put you off balance for a nasty fall. That is the exact reason why this unfortunate beginner rider lost his balance when he put the selfie stick to the side, which adversely affected his newly developing EUC balancing skill. Another important thing to note is when we are about to fall, just forget the wheel and camera and just focus in minimizing the injury from such a fall. I sincerely hope this rider recovers fully and will ride again. The best tip in preventing a slip and fall injury? Pay attention to the road, anticipate, and be vigilant. With social media and smartphones and action cams, it's very easy to get distracted and miss the oncoming dirt and gravel. Just put away the phone and use a 360 camera. You don't have to fumble with the selfie stick, trying to figure out the best angle. Just turn it on and ride. Or even better, don't carry one. Just enjoy the ride. Well, that's about it. Just keep all these things in mind. Thanks for watching, and until next time.